Hi, this is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you today. Today, I came across this article in Afghanistan Times, and it's an English newspaper in Afghanistan, and I thought it was rather eye-opening. Not because it's from Afghanistan or the people of Afghanistan, but, well, yeah, the people from Afghanistan, but a certain particular group of people. And some people may call them traitors, or as we call turncoats or yellow bellies. Now, and it must take a lot for a person or a people to go against their country, their government, and their people because they feel what's being done is so outrageous that they're going to side with another foreign power coming into your country, coming into that country, and them siding with that country. I couldn't even imagine. I really couldn't. But as the U.S. pulled out and Joe Biden, I don't agree with how he did it. I don't agree with how he did it. But as soon as they left, the Taliban took over the entire country within a week. My thing is, what were you doing there? What were you doing? 20 years of training people, doing this and doing that, establishing settings and setting things up for the Taliban to come and overtake it within a week. And I'm going to leave it as But these people come and they're settling in different parts of the United States through the State Department. And I find the way they look at things differently in how they view America and what they expect America to be. And I find it, I thought I had enough coffee in there and I don't. I find it rather interesting, especially people's perceptions from outside of the United States. And when they come here, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. The streets are supposed to be paved with gold. Everybody's rich. Everybody's skinny. Everybody looks like, what's a supermodel's name? I can't think of a supermodel. Everybody looks like that. Everybody has money. And when they get here and realize, this is not what I signed up for. Yep. I find it funny. I mean, not making fun of them, but I find their perception funny. Because whenever we leave this country, we know it's going to be completely different. We already know. But enough be rambling. The article's called "Life in the United States Isn't What These Afghans Expected." And again, what were they expecting? Now, there's like a couple of different stories, so I'm just going to summarize it real quick. There was a 23-year-old Afghani woman named Sheila, and she came over with 75,000 Afghans to the U.S., and she only wanted her first name, not her last name, nor her picture shown, because she still has family over there in Afghanistan. And she lives in Maryland. And what's interesting is she lives in an apartment complex, and she was expecting, again, gold. I believe. These are my thoughts. And the first time when she moved in, there was a heavy rainstorm, and then her apartment flooded. Now, it's her. Who is she living with? Her sister, and her nephew. And when it rained in and it flooded the floor. So then the management removed the rugs. It rained again, and there was water on the floor, and they're promising we'll fix it, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. And she's like, this is not what I expected. This right here, okay. Welcome to America, Sheila. Welcome to America. This is what it's like. And one thing I'm going to say, the grass is not okay. The grass is not always greener on the other side. That's what you perceived, and that's what people told you to what you perceived. Welcome to America. Broken, flooded floors. So then she has been, oh man, I can't do a video without all this noise. Sheila, and also expect emergency vehicles going up and down. I'm gonna expect all this, Sheila. Expect that. All the noise. Okay. She had been working as a sergeant for the U.S. trained Special Forces wing of the Afghan Air Force, and she says she got a warning text message from her unit commander after the Taliban took over. Hide yourself or leave the country. So she left the country. She came over here. Now, where does it say? Okay, here. It has been a year of uncertainty, she says, as just 3 months since the resettlement agency placed her in a one-bedroom apartment with her sister, her nephew. Already it's flooded twice. Heavy rains. Management from the apartment complex removed the carpet, promised to replace it once the floor was dry. The floor would never get dry. Sheila said many of the few things she had acquired since arriving to the U.S. was damaged or destroyed. Yeah, but it goes on. Now, down in the article, I think it's here. Okay. The State Department says teams have been working around the clock to help Afghan evacuees. Now, they come at the worst time, not saying that where they were, but the United States is broke. It's printing money and giving the money throughout the world, and people are like, wait a minute, you're broke, we're going to send your money back. That's why we have this inflation going on. The money's coming back and not enough product to burn up the money. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, this is a rough name. Zula Bahandri has been leading outreach efforts to help Afghan arriving in Northern California. And she says the words of the Afghan translator stick with her. She met with him at an extended stay hotel in California where he'd been living in limbo for months, awaiting for a permanent housing placement. Bahudri says the translator told her that he worked with the U.S. military, and he now feels the U.S. government wasn't doing enough to support him. Hey, sir, the U.S. government isn't doing enough to support Americans. Welcome to America. Just welcome. Just welcome. Stand in that long line of waiting for help, because there's so many people that need help. I'm not saying that your situation is not important, but stand in line. He pulled me aside and said, I never felt so disrespected in my life, Bahadur said. He felt like he lost his dignity. Again, welcome to the United States. And it goes on. And it goes on saying how other people from Afghanistan and how they had a perception that they would be able to come here, you know, get a job, live well. One lady said that she hasn't learned English and she feels that she's not going to make a decent living, and they're all struggling. Again, Welcome to America. We all are struggling. Welcome to our boat. And there's a lot of concern. And it only goes back to what I said earlier. It takes a lot to go against your country and side with a foreign nation coming into your country. It takes a whole lot. That is something that you just can't come back from. Once you do that, and if your people find out, you may not make it, or you'll always be an outsider, an outcast, or whatever. But I thought this article was rather interesting, and it gives a different perspective of people who are coming here from war-torn countries like Afghanistan. So I would like to have, please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and then from there to 1,000. And give your thoughts on this situation, because I did videos on immigration, and this is a little different from immigration, even though there's some similarities, but there's vast differences as well. So again, like, subscribe. That is free. That costs nothing. And tell me what you think. Did I not go far enough? And what is your aspect on this situation? And I want to thank you for stopping by.